everyone, today's lesson is on indoor seed starting. So in a previous gardening video, I talked about spring seeding or planting seeds that are frost tolerant. So indoor seed starting is for plants that are frost sensitive. So these are plants you don't want to put out into the ground until after our last frost, which in Denver is usually around Mother's Day. So we're going to start these seeds indoors so we can get a head start on the season. The frost-sensitive seeds that I'm going to work with today are eggplant, tomato, and pepper. So you'll see on this seed packet for eggplant, it'll say clearly that it's frost-sensitive. On the back of the seed packet, there's a ton of information. Here it'll say the recommendation about when to start these seeds indoors. So this seed packet says 10 to 12 weeks before the last frost date. So here in Denver, you'd take Mother's Day, you'd go back 10 to 12 weeks. That's a good time to start those seeds. Another important bit of information is days to emerge. So on this seed packet, it says 10 to 20 days. So that's 10 to 20 days from when you plant the seed to when the seedling emerges. So it's a good amount of time. Containers for seed starting can vary from used yogurt containers. It's important to puncture holes in the bottom so that they're drainage. Used maple syrup containers, again, got the drainage holes. Here I've got a container for Girl Scout cookies. Again, I also punctured holes in the bottom. You can also use something like paper towel roll. You can cut it into sections, put it on a tray, and fill it with potting soil. If you do use plastic containers, you do want to create drainage holes. A simple way of creating drainage holes in plastic is to take a metal skewer, to heat it up. When it's hot, then you can use it to pierce through the bottom of the plastic to create these drainage holes. So I've got my containers and I have potting soil. It's important to have nice, light, loose potting soil. So imagine the seed, that the seed is damp enough for the seed coat to soften, for the root to break through, and then for the shoot to break through. You want to have nice, light soil for the seed to be able to do that. So I'm just going to fill my container. When you fill your container, it's good to shake it, just to shake any extra off. You don't want to push the soil down. Again, we want nice, light, fluffy soil. For starting the seeds, in a container like this, you can start 1 seed, you can start up to 4 seeds. In a previous gardening video, I had mentioned how the depth that you're going to plant your seed is generally 3 times the diameter of the seed. That's pretty straightforward for something like pea seeds. It's difficult to imagine when you're doing a flat seed like an eggplant seed. So for these seeds, I'm actually just going to place them straight, just directly on top of the soil. And I'm gently going to push them down, not very deep, and then cover up with soil. Now you're going to want to water with a really gentle stream. If you pour water on too quickly, it's going to splash the seeds around and you want them to stay in place. Water well, let the water drain out, wait a few minutes, water again, let it drain out. You're going to want to keep your containers in a warm place until you see the seedling emerge. So once you have your containers filled with soil, seeds, you've watered and drained them, you have them in a warm area. Initially, they don't need light. As long as they're in a warm area, the seeds will germinate, the roots will come out, and then the shoots will come up. When you start seeing leaves come up, that's when you want to put these under light. So put them under light. You can put them in a south-facing or sunny window, or you can put them under a lamp or light. I will make a video in the near future addressing light needs for your seedlings. But for now, let's just focus on containers, potting soils, frost-sensitive seeds, and getting some seedlings started. Have a good one.